Love it or hate it, technology is supposed to make our lives a little bit easier. Take me, for example. Johnny's not always around, so sometimes I have to order my own Pinkberry. Nowadays, it's no sweat. I have a phone, and the Pinkberry is just a few swipes away. But don't think every new tech gadget is your friend. Sometimes it can really end up burning you.
The centerpiece of the campaign is a new business-to-business website interface.
Is that the police?
Yes. Well, this is what happened. Ryan's big project was the website, which wasn't doing so well. So Ryan, to give the impression of sales, recorded them twice. Another good term is fraud.
And some of the biggest tech busts have come out of the federal government. We all remember when Obama told us a website called healthcare.gov would change our lives, until it crashed and no one could get their Obamacare. And good luck getting your student loans paid off. Biden's website this summer kept crashing too. Plus, it's all on hold because it's illegal. Maybe the third time's a charm. Today, Biden announced he's going to solve the border crisis, not by building a wall, but by making illegals download an app.
If they're seeking asylum, they can use an app on their cell phone called CBP1 to schedule an appointment at a port of entry and make their asylum claim there without crossing the border unlawfully and have a decision determined by an asylum officer. Do they qualify?
So before you cross into our country and they let you in, now Joe wants you to make an appointment so they can let you in. No one is still not getting in. You just have to make an appointment. It's like open table for illegals. So if you're from Cuba, Nicaragua, Haiti, or Venezuela, Biden wants you to still pay a coyote, still hop into a caravan, still walk through jungles and deserts, and then once you get to our border, you download an app, and it will take your reservation. This is like TSA PreCheck for the third world. And wait, I thought these were all peasants without a dime. Pesos to their name, and they're all going to die if they stay in their village, and they all have iPhones, and they know how to get into the App Store. Is Tim Cook going to set up Apple stores in Tijuana now? Or are they just going to hand out Biden phones along the Rio Grande? And honestly, what's harder, downloading the app or the 2,000-mile journey? I can't even figure out how to change my settings. And you'll probably get cleared to come through as long as you get a sponsor living in the United States to vouch for you.
The way this parole program works, one must have a lawful sponsor here in the United States who agrees to sponsor you to get here. Then that person has to undergo rigorous background checks and apply from outside the United States and not cross the border illegally.
You know how Biden loves his rigorous background checks. Are these the same background checks Biden uses on the Afghanis clinging to the planes in Kabul? Is this the same kind of vetting they did on Sammy Sticker Fingers to, run the Department of Energy? Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, my sponsor is Jose, and he lives in Estados Unidos, and he is a very good hombre. What are the chances the same sponsor is going to sponsor 40,000 Nicaraguans? Don't we want guys to come in on, merit? Now you just have to know somebody? It's like when you're throwing a party in college and you knock on the door and say, I know Frankie. Oh, you know Frankie? Get in here. That's Biden's plan. Venezuela makes you nervous and you know someone here. But this is the best part. Biden will give you amnesty before you even get here.
In the meantime, if they apply and their application is approved, they can use the same app, the CBP1 app, to present at a port of entry and be able to work in the United States legally for 2 years. That's the process.
That's the process? Anybody in the world can go to Mexico, download an app, say they're scared of their home country, and they know Jose in Brooklyn, and they get in, and they get to work here. Does Joe Biden have the legal authority to do that? Where's the border security part of the process? This whole process sounds like you're just processing more illegals. And if one guy just happens to not know a Jose and Biden rejects his application, Biden says he's going to get Mexico to send him back home. Joe says he's not going to deport anybody. Mexico is now in charge of deportation. Sorry, we're not the bad guys. President Obrador is going to personally drive you back to Guatemala, the country that let caravans shoot straight through their country into Texas for the last 3 years. Is now in charge of throwing the caravan in reverse. Mexico is going to make all the caravans do a big U-turn at the border. That's Joe's plan. What do we get in return for that? Well, Mexico decided to arrest El Chapo's son on the eve of Biden flying to Mexico to meet with their leaders in Canada. The Mexican president threw Joe a bone and arrested El Chapo's son. Okay. What do you think the chances are that next month El Chapo's son escapes from prison, mysteriously in the middle of the night? You remember how many times his father escaped from a Mexican prison? It's not like Alcatraz down there. How does Joe even know this plan with Mexico is going to work?
It's not like people are sitting around a table and somewhere in Central America and say, I got a great idea. Let's sell everything we have. Let's give it to a coyote, a smuggler. They'll take us on a harrowing journey for thousands of miles to get to the United States. Then we're going to legally cross the border. They're going to drop us in a desert.
That's literally exactly what they've been doing. And Joe just made the coyotes' job easier. Now the coyotes can drop them anywhere near the border. They can even drop them in a port of entry. The whole border just became a port of entry. The app only works in Mexico, so the coyotes still have to smuggle them up into Mexico. Biden has become the coyote. What about the drugs pouring in? Well, Coyote Joe doesn't think there's enough fentanyl to wipe out every American. That'd be crazy.
Since August of last year, Customs and Border Patrol have seized more than 20,000 pounds of deadly fentanyl. That's enough to kill as many as 1,000 people in this country. 20,000 pounds of fentanyl. It's a killer. It's a flat killer.
1,000 people? Joe, 20,000 pounds of fentanyl would kill half the world. But Joe Biden's never really been that great at math. Hunter always handled the books. And he's never really been that great at history either.
Mr. President, why that migration is a human right? Activists say that it is. What's your take?
Well, I think it is a human right if your family's being persecuted, if you're being dealt with in a way. I mean, I thought it was a human right for, Jews in Germany to be able to go to escape and get help where they could.
I don't think they have gas chambers in Guatemala. But Joe wouldn't know. He's never been to the border. He doesn't know the issue. And if anybody talks about the border, they're a bigot.
It's so easy to demagogue this issue. It's so easy to demagogue it. And you hear, a number of our friends, the MAGA Republicans, talking about, they don't even want me speaking English anymore. They want me speaking da-da-da. They're gonna take over my community, my native.
The second migrants landed in the vineyard, liberals were so nervous they were going to take over their community, they shipped them to a military base in Massachusetts faster than you can say andale. They hadn't even had a spoonful of clam chowder before Democrats kicked them out of Obama's vacation spot. But can you really blame Joe for not knowing what's going on? He thinks Kamala's president.
Well, President Harris led this effort to make things better in the countries from which they are leaving. And thanks to her leadership, she's been able to generate more than $3.2 billion from the private sector to create jobs and opportunities in El Salvador, Honduras, and Guatemala.
We can't find any evidence of American companies investing $3 billion into the Northern Triangle. You know why? Because the $3.2 billion is a pledge. It's just a pledge. Oh, yeah, you know what? While we're at it, primetime pledges $1 billion too. Why don't we make it $4.2 billion? The money doesn't exist. In fact, every country in the triangle has become more corrupt in the last 2 years. In El Salvador, they got swindled by Minnie Madoff. That brilliant country decided to make their official currency Bitcoin. Was that Kamala's idea? I mean, this whole thing probably means Kamala's job as border czar is over. She bombed. So Joe had to take over, and now he's going to have to fly down and have a little look-see in El Paso. The first time the man's ever seen the border in his 50-year career.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.